Okay, boom. I discovered something which may or may not be. I'm so confused because there's both informations from other sides. Some people saying that it is a no-go zone, other people saying that it's not a no-go zone. I'm very confused. I don't really understand because there's so much information about it, and for me to dive in deep, I would probably have to go to Sweden to see for myself to actually fully understand the picture. So from what I've gathered, there's these things called no-go zones, right? But half of the time I'm watching these videos, they're saying, "Oh, no go zones is propaganda." Sorry, I didn't mean to my mic. They're saying no go zones is propaganda. Then half the time I'm watching it, they're saying no, it's actually no go zones. They're like, please don't come here. So I'm very confused. Is there no go zones? Is there not no go zones? Hopefully this video shares some clarity, and we're gonna give this video a go. Let's dive into it in 3, 2, 1. This video, I can't lie, this is a trigger warning. This video is one of the trigger warnings I was talking about still.
Has just returned from a trip to Europe. He went over there because he wanted to see the migrant crisis firsthand for himself. He went to no-go zones in Sweden. I didn't think there were such places, but there are no-go zones where the police do not go. What?
See, look, it's funny because all the news presenters, you'll see what I mean, continuing in this reaction video. From what I've seen, all the news presenters are saying it's a no-go zone, it's a no-go zone, and then the Swedish people are saying no, it's not a no-go zone. It doesn't even make any sense. Why would there be a no-go zone? So it's very interesting to see the. It's very interesting to see like the yeah.
While he was there, he was jumped by 5 apparently Islamic thugs.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. That's saying Islamic thugs is insane. Is insane. Just say thugs. Why I don't understand why you brought Islam into it. Me myself, I'm not even Muslim. I'm Catholic. But that's like let's say a caravan's been attacked. Then they're saying by a group of Christian thugs. Like you see what I mean further in the video. You see what I mean.
The filmmaker Army Horowitz is the man who went over there, and he joins us right now. First of all, I didn't know there was any such thing as a no-go zone in a place like Stockholm, Sweden. There is?
I heard about them. The truth is, I didn't actually believe they were real, right? I figured this is probably some kind of propaganda. Yes. I went there, met with the police officers. They said, when we're pursuing a suspect, and they cross that threshold, and there's about 30 or 40 of them in Sweden, they will not pursue. They will simply not pursue.
There are 30 or 40 no-go zones in Swedish.
So there's 30 to 40 areas where the police don't go. That's a lot of areas. That is a lot of wow. That is wow. Like 30 to 40 areas that they don't go. That is mad.
Towns and cities.
Correct.
30 to 40 of them.
That's right.
Did you say that there were guns being used in these no-go zones?
They used to have, about 5 years ago, the police officers who I met with would say they'd have an incident of gun violence, let's say once a month, once every few months. Every day there's gun violence going on. And it's not...
Yeah, they have from what we've seen prior, like to the music videos, they have a lot of guns. Like a large question. Where are they even getting the guns from? How are they making the guns? Are they, because no, the guns didn't look 3D printed, so they're not making the guns. So where the hell are they getting them from?
Not simply staying, here's the problem, it's not simply staying in these enclaves, which by the way, they say are states within states. Swedish law doesn't apply in these places. What they do is they're now coming out, and it's become the rape capital of Europe.
Fucking
You're kidding, no.
Fucking hell, that's heavy.
I kid you not.
But we know nothing about this. Well, we've not heard of it.
That's my job, Stuart.
Yeah,
that's what I do for a living, to inform you guys.
I mean, okay. Now, you went into one of the no-go zones, right? And you went in. Now, were you wearing your yarmulke? Did they know that you were Jewish?
They did not know I was Jewish.
So if they didn't know you were Jewish, why are they Islamic thugs? That's why I don't understand. How are you gonna call them Islamic thugs, making it sound like it was a religious attack? They didn't even know you were Jewish. That's one thing that I don't understand with this video. That genuinely irks me. Because how are you calling them Islamic thugs? But yeah, they didn't even know your religion.
My nose is slightly larger than normal.
No, don't get into that. But you walked in with a camera crew.
Yes.
That identified you as an outsider.
Correct.
They jumped you? Tell me.
They said, you guys have to leave right now. They gave us a little bit of a warning. My crew, they're smart. They took off. And I just said, listen, I just tried to explain what I was going to...
God damn. Is that one of the bombs that these guys be talking about? That's actually insane. That's actually insane. Imagine you're walking on the road, someone just bought, like, what the hell? No, that's actually wild. That is wild. That's like a war zone.
Going to do, and that was it. 5 guys.
Look here, what the hell, bro? That's like bare flames.
They jumped you?
Yep.
Beat you up?
Pretty good, yeah. Pretty.
See, so they jumped him and beat him up, but they didn't know he's religious. So why would they Islamic? Why did they call them Islamic thugs? I understand yes because they're Muslim, but I don't understand why why Islam was brought into it.
Pretty good.
And what was the response of the Swedish police?
The police said, listen, you can stay here for, a month or two and you can go through the system, but we're not going there to find these guys, and it's going to...
Because I'd argue that they just beat him up because these are reporter and they don't like reporters. I would argue that's why they beat him up, not because of something that they didn't know. From his own mouth, he said that they didn't know he was Jewish. So I'm not saying people deserve to get beat up. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying that he said himself that they didn't know he was Jewish and then they beat him up, but then they're Islamic thugs. It just that just doesn't make sense to me.
It'll end up being pointless.
Now, here in America, we're frequently told, that everything's going just fine in Europe. We know there are isolated incidents of culture clashes, and we know about that. But we did not know that there were 30 or 40 no-go zones in a place like Sweden. What's going on? Why are we not getting the full story?
Well, first of all, Sweden has done a phenomenal job of trying to cover it up. So, for example, there were a series of music festivals in Sweden, and there were these gang rapes that went all across these music festivals.
Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. How, bro? How does that even happen? Fuck, man. I can't lie, rape is disgusting. I don't even know if I can say that word because of YouTube monetization and YouTube in general. I know all these videos getting taken down. SA is fucking disgusting. If you're essaying people, you should be ashamed. That is disgusting.
They specifically tried to hide the attacks themselves, but they couldn't because there were just so many victims. It wasn't dissimilar to what happened in New Year's Eve in Germany.
In Cologne, yes.
Exactly.
Right.
Same thing, where the government is specifically trying to cover it up, and more than that, what they're desperately trying to do is cover up the ethnicity of the people making the attacks.
Why?
Because
they know they've got a problem,
yes,
and they know they can't do a thing about it.
They're doubling down. They're bringing in as many migrants as they possibly can to Sweden.
But isn't there, like, obviously I understand that obviously because of the migration there would be more black and brown people, but are there not no black and brown people that are just born in Sweden? So maybe that's why they don't show the race. Maybe that's why, but then again, I wouldn't know, and I don't want to speak on something I actually don't know.
Sweden.
Well, what do the Swedes think about this? Good Lord.
The Swedes are they're not Vikings. The Vikings are gone. They're a sweet people. They want to help, and if you bring up the ethnicity of any of these attackers, the first thing they say to you is you're a racist. You're a racist to bring it up. That's the problem you're dealing with. This is
Incredible. I mean, I'm shocked by this. Now, you took...
But I feel like the race of... I don't know why the ethnicity of the... I mean, I understand, yeah, in association with it being migrants, the ethnicity of the Swedish... Okay, maybe that's why he's saying that on further inspection. Maybe he's saying the reason why the migrants, the ethnicity should be taken into account because of... Obviously, they're not native to Sweden. But then that being said, they're not people that are born in Sweden, that are black and brown, that are born in Sweden. Would that not be a thing? Do people that? I've never been to Sweden, but I'm assuming. Okay, I understand. Yeah, the stereotype is that it's a very white country, But I'm assuming there are people there that are black and brown that live in Sweden. They're not even migrants. They just live in Sweden.
Took video, I take it.
Of course, yeah.
And you're organising it, right? And you're going to make it. Is it a documentary you're making?
It's like a short 8-minute video we do for Fox.
When you've done it, can we see some of it?
I think we can arrange that.
Yeah, you're a good man. Thank you very much indeed. We'd like to see that. Ami Horowitz, you're a brave man and a good man, and we want to see that video, and you can come back anytime you like.
I just want to say full disclosure, trigger warning, because we will be diving into quite sensitive topics. Like, even me watching some of the videos, I personally got triggered. So, yeah, trigger warning.
You may have heard the recent controversy surrounding immigrant troubles in Sweden. Some majority immigrant areas where police are as likely as not to be attacked if they enter have earned the name no-go zones. The Stockholm suburb of Rinkeby is one such neighborhood. 90% of the people living here are either migrants or children of migrants. Many come from lawless countries like Somalia and Syria, and some locals call the area Little Mogadishu. I've been to Mogadishu, and I can promise you after visiting Rinkeby, this is nothing like that. But that's not to say it isn't dangerous for people who are unwelcome here, namely the police and journalists. In 2016...
Tell me this doesn't look like Bermondsey. Tell me this doesn't just look like Bermondsey. Like, basically, for those of you who don't know, there's a road in London called Bermondsey. Like, it's an area in London called Bermondsey. It looks exactly like this. This was like down the blue.
Several film crews reporting here were attacked.
And attack.
Oh, shit! Oh, she got banged. Oh, shit.
And a police arrest a few weeks ago led to riots like this. I went in low profile, filming only
what the fuck?
with my smartphone. It earned me some unfriendly stares and a few questions, but I wasn't attacked. Residents I spoke with said they much prefer this place to the countries they escaped from, but nobody would agree to be filmed. One thing I did notice was there were very few young women. That got me wondering how the young men here ever hope to date or get married. Reports from Sweden say there's been a spike in sexual assaults recently.
Oh, fucking hell, man, that's heavy. My heart goes out to the people that have been victims of sexual assault. That's fucking times. I'm sorry that's happened to you if you're watching this.
But it's hard to say if this is migrant related because Sweden stopped recording the nationality of people accused of crimes in 2001. And this leads to an even bigger question. Why?